Obviously, defensively dominated start to finish. Really nice bounce back for them after last week, and didn't really give them anything in the run, didn't really give them anything in the pass. So that was the key to the game. Special teams, obviously, huge early block by Cam. Really good by Coach Allward getting it schemed up. Said we got a really good chance to block one. Just Cam's come a long way in the last 12 months, last 2 years. Like a lot of times, receivers they just want to be receivers and catch the ball. They don't want to block. They don't want to do so. But again, there's a lot of great receivers that, hey, you're a talented athlete. Is there other ways we can use you? Cam's been begging since spring. I'll block punt, and then we do all these pods, and he's always the coach in pod, he's unbelievable. Like we got to use him as a punt blocker. He wants to do it, and obviously got there in a hurry and he smothered. It was one of the easier punt blocks you'll see, just based on speed. And again, teams like Alabama for years have used great players on ST. Starters, future first rounders. So great to see a receiver contribute like that. I'm not the returner, So and obviously huge play in the game to get 7 right off the bat. Offensively, again, did a lot of good things. Probably again 7 divided, we're close to 7 yards per play again. Just again execution at times. Not we're getting better. We just got to keep getting better. We got to keep cleaning up our mistakes. Short yards we don't block the right guys, and the guy pours through and hits us, and you don't block a guy in the C gap and you run the ball right there. It's going to be so just things we know we have to, just like last week, self-inflicted wounds. Got to keep playing. Got to keep demanding more out of ourselves. We got to keep coaching it better. So, did a lot of good things. Obviously, made big plays. Second half warmed down. O-line really got after him second half, which you would like when you have a size advantage. And first long drive of the second half, we were really moving them. And then even the last drive, it took 9 minutes off the clock, and just they were getting they were playing hard. They do a good job. They're going to be a good team this year, and they'll have success. Their coach has been good for a long time, so they play. But you could see them getting worn down. So it's nice. A lot of guys got in on both sides of the ball. Some guys accounted for themselves. See, like Hoppus with a nice play. U-line with a big hit. Leo has a tackle. Brunson runs the ball like we know he's capable of doing. He's got to keep coming with that, And some young O-line gets in there. So it's nice to get those guys out there and get their feet wet and have some success. We got stops and we scored a touchdown. So overall, great day for us, which are much needed. Hard one last week. Unfortunately, we're 1-3, not 2-2, but that's the way it goes. We played good, but not good enough. But kids fought through it this week. It wasn't an easy week. We've had 3 games. We were sky high. You go to Wisconsin, kids are pretty fired up. You go to Rutgers, kids are pretty fired up. We are really fired up coming off the 2 weeks and played really hard last week, and just again fighting the letdown. We again, you keep learning. I've been coaching a long time. Like we strolled into UMass last year and thinking, we're gonna be all right. Like no, we weren't all right, So kids fought through it. It wasn't like unbridled enthusiasm this week, but you could tell they're fighting. We did some better things, and we're heading in the right direction. So obviously we got a huge one coming up against Northern on the road. Run the ball, physical defense. They've been one of the top teams in our league for a long time. Every year in year out, they're always talented. So we got to work hard. We got to keep getting better. So we're improving. I still think we got a chance to be a really good football team. We're not yet, but today was a good step, and we got a victory and got to sing the fight song, and everybody feels a little better about themselves, and which is important. It's important. So we got to take away, keep going. We got to have a great weekend and keep getting better and find a way to get a huge road win. If you can get that one next week, that'd be huge.
Coach, did you guys have a primary focus coming in tonight? What was the primary focus for you guys?
Again, it's so simple with these guys. We're a very immature group. I love these kids. They're a lot of fun to be around. If you like kids like these, they like to have fun. So just trying to get them to believe in your talent, and believe the only thing that's keeping your talent from showing up more often is your own mistakes. That's. And I know everybody's working on that, but we really have to work with this group. Every year's different, every team's different. They want it to be recess, They want to have fun and run around and I said, I'm not sure you're not happy with just making half the plays. Maybe you are. Maybe that's just who you are. I'm not happy with that, but you probably end up hating me. But I want to do it every snap. But they're working. Or can you watch? Block the right guy, run the right route. Don't just run the route when you think the ball's coming to you. Like, run the route every time because you never know when the ball's coming to you. And I get it. We run 70 plays and you only get 3 passes thrown your way. I get it. It's hard. But then it's thrown your way and, and last week is a perfect example. We say it every week, but you don't know which play's going big. We didn't know the kickoff return was going our way. We didn't know the block punt. We didn't know the big plays that UNLV made. You don't know. We don't know if play 47's a play. If you knew, you'd be locked in that play, but you don't know. So I'm just trying to play one play at a time.
I want to hone in on the connection that Cam Perry and Hesson have had. That was kind of a highlight for today.
Yeah, there was more out there. We got 3 for 22. Yeah, we hit a couple, obviously big ones. We missed a couple that were frustrating. So yeah, no, it was good. Cam's playing really good football. He's way different player. If you were around us every day last year to this year, how far that kid's come. Credit to him. Credit to Coach Cruz, credit to Gus, credit to Pat. There's been a lot of hands on deck with Cam. Try to get him to be the guy that we know he can be on and off the field, and he's super talented, and but he's coming and doing a lot of good things, and obviously had some huge ones today.
It was kind of like all right, nice job, Tracy. Way to redemption. Can you talk about Kenny today? What, $134 touchdown?
Yeah, 2 for 30, 2 for 21 or 31. I can't see good. So a couple of receivers. Nice thing he catch a ball so good. He's a weapon out of the backfield and made some huge plays. Yeah, again, it was a total team loss a week ago. I know Kenny made a mistake later in the game than some of the rest of us. I made mistakes. There's things I got to do better. Like, I didn't expect anything. I wasn't worried about Kenny Tracy, but Kenny's played a lot of football. Kenny's got a lot of pride. That Tracy crew, if you know the Tracys, they're a really talented family, but just very prideful family on top of the town. So great. Back-to-back 100-yard rushing days. His first 2 of his career, I believe. I would be shocked if it wasn't. So nice, and he did some good things again today, and then used him in the air too. Made some plays in the pass game also.
Looking forward into conference play, what do you think are going to be some of the biggest challenges for this team?
We got to keep better, get better fast. Like we can play. Even Wisconsin's a winnable game. We didn't play good enough to win. Rutgers definitely winnable game. We didn't play. We weren't ready. We weren't ready to play those teams at that point in the year. But they're not. They're a fair fight. There's plenty of stuff when you watch the tape that obviously UNLV winnable game. So the thing about the MAC, and even it's always been this way. Like, they're all winnable. They're all losable. Like, and then they're hard to win on the road. So that's can we go on the road and then just keep cleaning up our mistakes? We're gonna have to fight harder and longer than we have. We haven't been able to fight hard long enough. We did today, but we also had a decided advantage with a size, strength, and speed advantage. So it's a little easier to, can we fight hard long enough against an opponent that has very like talent to what we do? And then because again, we can't be like last week, just so high and so low. We got to have the high moments and then average moments, and that's when we're going to be a good football team. So, we got a lot of young guys playing. We had a couple more injuries today, and a lot of young guys that still are getting better by the minute. But today was a nice for their confidence because a lot of guys made plays and didn't give up plays. So there won't be as many long faces. That Sunday was not a fun place to be hanging out. A lot of trying to help guys. Like, you're going to be okay. You just got to learn from this and move on. Like, and that's life, So.
Talk just a little bit about Hesson. He's kind of his loyalty or something.
Yeah.
Gabbard goes down, he's there.
Yeah.
Smith leaves, Finn goes down, and there's always Hesson standing.
Yeah, no, and he's I don't know, like, we love Hank, and Hank's like a coach, Hank's like a player, Hank's like everything. Like, Hank's quiet. Hank just goes about his business. He's always on his business. He's always, he's always very locked in. It's in an age where everybody leaves, and he could have left, and he knew he was going to be the backup again, but he loves this place and he loves this team. He just kept saying and again, I'm like, dude, if you move on, I totally get it. Like, I would do anything to help you. Like, I would love for you to stay, obviously, but I totally get when we brought DQ in why he, and it's like we went back and forth, and Hank's a great kid. He was like, yeah, my heart's here, coach. He just kept saying, my heart's here, my heart's here. I'm like, okay, like, well, I would love you, like, that would be awesome. But I also, if you want to move on, I'm going to make calls. I'm going to help you find the best fit for what you're looking for. And in the ultimate, it's just like, my heart's here is where I want to be. And so, and again, like you said, a day that's rare, and it doesn't make the other kids bad, but it does say a lot about Henry Hesson and who he is as a human being, and you don't see a lot of that nowadays. So pretty special kid.
Yeah, Henry, talk about, first off, congrats on the win. Talk
Thank
about
you.
what it's like to grab that first win and, say, hey, we're finally in the win column.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's good for the program. It's good for the team. We've been waiting for it. The guys have been working hard, and I mean, as you can see today, like defense, they want that. The offense wanted it. I think it's just going to jumpstart us into MAC play, which is when we need to be hot and when we need to play our best football. So it's awesome for the team. I'm excited, and next week we got a big challenge, but we're going to be ready for it.
For you personally, what do you feel like your role is on this team right now as the quarterback at the helm right now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm a fifth-year senior. Got a lot of new guys in the organization, and just keeping the team together. I've been here for 5 years now. I know what this program's about. I know it's a winning program, how we win games, and what we do to lose them. We just got to cut down the mistakes that we've made in the past couple of weeks, and just keep the guys on track, keep them working, and don't let them get down. I mean, when you go 0-3, it's tough. I mean, the guys in the locker room have been great. We stayed together, and they've just been keep working. So, good.
You got a lot of transfer wide receivers, but I imagine having Cam Perry and a couple returns is nice out there. Can you talk about that connection?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Cam's been a guy since we've gotten in here, or since he's came in. I think he's been here 2 or 3 years now. Obviously, he's a freak. I mean, he's fast, he's shifty. No one can cover him. We've seen that the whole season so far. So it's awesome to have a guy out there that you can rely on. He's going to be open when you need him.
And able to spread the wealth around. You had 8 different receivers catch a pass today, and just kind of what you saw offensively overall.
Yeah, I mean, all our guys are good. That's like, I can't imagine scouting our offense. You got Keith and Cam in the slot, and they're tough. And then you go outside, and you got Dion and Cole and Braylon and Brady, and it just keeps going. The list keeps going. I mean, we got backs that can catch, and they're good in the pass game too. So I can't imagine scouting the offense and having all these guys that can do the job that anyone else can do.
Henry, this is your second start, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you remember from that first start?
I don't really like to think about that one. I mean, it was fun. It was a good time. Obviously, the conditions weren't great, so it didn't really feel like a real football game. It was more just managing the game and trying to take care of the ball. But today it was awesome. It was good to be back out there and have dry conditions and be able to throw it around a little bit.
Well, here's one more. Why is it you're always here? You're always the guy that'll step up. Somebody gets hurt. You didn't jump in the portal. You didn't do it. What is it? You're loyal or what?
Yeah, I mean, I came here as a 18-year-old senior in high school and fell in love with this place, fell in love with the coaching staff, fell in love with the people in this program. And I stayed here because I love it. I didn't want to go anywhere else. I felt like my heart was here. And just being around the guys and building that chemistry that we've built throughout the last 5 years. Brian Shaney's my best friend. We've been together for the last 4 years, now 5 years. Him staying here was a big part of that. But along with the other guys, I mean, I knew we had the talent to be good this year. We brought a lot of guys in that can do a lot of good things. So I knew we were going to be successful, and just staying here, my heart was here, and I didn't want to go anywhere else.